Yeah, we talked about this when we did the tip-off, Jim. We were both excited about the possibilities. Notre Dame won their first outing by about 3 or 4 points. Since then, they both had some tournament action. Myer just coming back from a great trip out in Edmonton. I think this is going to be a great game, and as I've said before, I love the front line that Myer has.
Talked about it earlier in the season. When you look at these two teams, the way they started the season last year's tip-off tournament, only one returning player out of 10 starters from last year's teams versus who's starting now.
But all quality kids that are with this team, coming off of 2 excellent junior teams. These are 2 good teams. We saw that in the tip-off tournament. We saw St. Catherine's Collegiate getting wiped in the tip-off tournament. They've come back now, and they won the standard tournament. I'm really looking forward. This basketball season just gets better and better as it goes.
The Irish have looked impressive earlier this season. They've come out flat a couple of times. Right now, Notre Dame just trying to build towards the playoffs.
And we keep talking about growth in basketball teams. Both of these teams are getting better literally week by week. Notre Dame, I think, let that win against St. Catherine's Collegiate go to their heads. They're not that good of a basketball team that they can just beat teams by walking on the court. They've got to play hard, tough basketball or they're in trouble.
They tried to do that once this season already. We're embarrassed by the West Lane Spartans. For more on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, we're going to send it over to Jeff Girardat, who's joined by head coach Ralph Nero.
Thanks, Jim. I'm here with head coach of the Notre Dame senior basketball team, Ralph Nero. Ralph, you guys come into this game at 1-1. Talk a bit about your season so far.
Oh, it's been really up and down. We played some very good basketball earlier in the tip-off, and since then we've played some Toronto teams and some local teams, and we're starting to lose some ball games in the last couple of minutes.
Talk a bit about the Toronto teams, how more experienced they are than teams around here in Niagara Falls and Welland.
They have a lot more depth. I think they're a little older. They're more athletic, certainly, and they just sort of wear you down. You know, you stay with them for half or 3/4 of a game, and by the end of the game, they seem to just win it in the last couple of minutes. We've had 3 games like that.
The past few years, you have always been known to have great guards come here at Notre Dame. You've always used a 3-point shot to your advantage. Is that something you do again this year?
Maybe not as much. We'd like to go inside a little bit more. I mean, we've got a couple kids can shoot the ball. Mark Ventresca is a very good 3-point shooter, and Paulicello can shoot it. Marshall and Presti, they're young. They're a little bit away, maybe 3 feet away from really being good shooters at that level at this time.
And what kind of game can you expect tonight against Myer?
I don't know. I think we're both a little tired. I think they just come back from Edmonton. They're very good. They're big. They're deep. They got guards that can shoot the ball. So they're the number 1 team, I would think, at this time in the zone. And they're very competitive. They'll be very good. Ourselves, I don't know. If we shoot the ball well, we'll have a shot.
Ralph Nero, thanks very much. Now let's go back to Jim and Jack at the table.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. You heard Ralph Nero talk about it. The A and Myer Marauders, possibly the number 1 team around in the Niagara region. I'm sure the St. Catherine's Collegiate Saints would put up a bit of an argument to that statement.
Yeah, there's no question. We're talking these 3 teams. I would have to agree with Coach Nero at this stage. I think Myer is the best team in the area right now. They seem to be getting better. They seem to be more consistent. They're a nice big team. In basketball, big is good.
The Marauders have been big for years with the Newton brothers, Peter Garashi. Greg Newton's now moved on to Duke. He was gone last year. Nick Medic is gone from last year, as are the starting gods, Wincott and Cool. They still haven't lost anything offensively.
No, because they've got such a wonderful front line with Newton, young Newton, Stefanovic, and Scremmons are big and they're good. They carry this basketball team. Myers a little weak at the guard spot. That's an edge for Notre Dame, but that front line you've got to like.
For more on the Marauders, let's go back to Jeff. He's joined right now by Marauder head coach Bob Cool.
Thanks, Jim. Now I'm here with the head coach of the A and Myer Marauders, Bob Cool. Bob, you guys just came back from Edmonton. Talk about that experience and how important that was for your team to play some better competition.
Well, we've always tried to play really good competition, and Edmonton's a high-class tournament. There was a team from Nevada who was the best team in Nevada, and they won the tournament. They beat Washington, D.C. by 1 point in the final. There's a nice team from Los Angeles. They were very good. We met them in the 3rd place game and had a real good game with them.
Let's get our guys
They beat us 109-97 or something like that, but we were up 53-52 at half, and it was a good game. Our kids really had a nice experience. I didn't think we'd play that well against them, but we played quite well.
Everybody knows about your offensive lines in the past few years, Greg and Tom Newton, Peter Garashi. You've got another good front line this year. Talk about them.
Well,
listen,
there's about 6 of them, to tell you the truth. Dave Scremmen and Darren Newton and Rich Stefanovic, they start. And Trevor Brown and Andrew Johnson and Chris Kuhn are are able backups, and they all contribute to our team.
You come into this league game undefeated. How important is this game against Notre Dame, and what kind of game do you expect?
Well, we look to late February and March more than anything else. We just enjoy playing basketball now, and hopefully at the end of the year we'll be prepared to be competitive down the stretch. And I don't know how we'll do this year. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting league this year because I think Westland and Centennial could surprise people, and Notre Dame and ourselves will be good, and it's going to be an interesting season.
Head coach of the Myer Marauders, Bob Cool, thanks very much. Now let's go back to Jim and Jack at the desk.
Welcome back as we're just about set to tip things off here at Notre Dame Collegiate in St. Welland, Ontario. The Myer Marauders open up on a quick 2-0 lead. Just underway. Jim Gould and Jack Chambers along on the McLean Hunter High School Game of the Week. Irish in white, the Marauders in purple. Notre Dame, their first offensive trip down the floor, and Vince Policella has followed on his way up to the hoop.
Irish start off looking at their flex offense again, just keep working it in there. And it's a big foul to start the game off against Scremmens, Jim.
Vince Policella hits on both his free throw attempts. Ties the game at 2 points apiece, just underway. First quarter action here on the McLean Hunter High School Game of the Week. Myer driving down in the offensive zone. There's Rich Stefanovic. His drive goes unsuccessful. Stockton tries to work it down low. Along the baseline, there's an air ball. Newton just missed the rebound. Policella brought it down for the Irish. Ventresca takes it the length of the floor. His shot won't fall. Rebound up for grabs. Last touch by Myer. Irish ball.
The one consistent element for the Irish since we've last saw them in the tip-off is the fact that they, Mark Ventresca has been very, very good for them.
Get wider. Wider. Myer, look in, Todd. Wider.
Moscato from outside. Bounce on the rim. The shot won't fall. Moscato grabs his own rebound. Tried to dish it back to Marcio. He tried to drive and traveled on the play. Myer takes the ball on the end line.
Stay down there and let it
Dave Stockton will bring it up the floor for the Marauders.
Step out.
Irish playing a rather loose man-to-man.
Stockton gets away from Ryan Sills. Out of bounds, Irish ball.
Go to the ball. What are we doing? Run it. Look in, you guys.
Policella's three-point shot off the rim. And Stefanovic will go quickly up the floor to Newton. He takes on three Irish defenders and goes up and over top to get the basket to fall. 4-2 AMI.
Look in. Look in, Todd.
Scott working on Sherman. Banks one in back up and four.
The Irish have a very obvious strategy in this game. They're going to take it right at Dave Scremmens and either make him play defense or make him foul out, one or the other, but they're going to go at him.
Yeah, look at that.
Stefanovic, nice inside pass to Newton. Works and Myer goes back up by a bucket.
Side to side. Look in. No, don't force it. Go through.
Moscato down low working on Scremmen. Can't get any help. Back outside to Ventresca. Back inside. Moscato drives. Shot won't fall. Scremmen with the rebound.
There you go back in. You don't want that. Look for the feeder on that.
Newton wants the handle on it. Picked up by the Irish.
Stay down.
Moscato from along the baseline off the rim. Loose ball gets kicked around. Vinny Policella comes up with it for the Irish. Marcio with a shot off the rim and falls. teams continue to trade baskets, 6-6.
Help.
Midway point of the first quarter.
Weak side.
Excellent pace in this basketball game so far. Both teams moving well. The turnovers so far 2-1. Myers committed to 2 turnovers, but so far been an extremely well played ball game.
Here he comes.
Now Myers running a bit of a flex offense.
Myer. Play him. Come on, Vinny, play him. Dad, come on. Step out. Take down, Mark. Ah, come on, Todd. Todd, got a rebound. Come on, Jeff, you got a box.
We saw in that
if I get
last
one
little
more
bit.
word from you, you're not playing on this team anymore. I'm tired of you. I'm on the air with you. Keep your mouth shut. You better explain the facts of life to him. No offense, Vince. What I've been doing for 3-4 days in a row. Back and forth. You and Todd are...
Stefanovic misses both, but Scremin there to follow on the
Go.
rebound.
Look down court.
He banks it in for 2, 8-6 Myer.
Run it. Come on, Mark. Get up. Oh. Look in. Don't force it. Through. Run low.
Basket there, Notre Dame, 8-8, 3:12 remaining.
Normally the Irish don't expect to get points out of Marshall, but they're doing a good job on it so far. He's got 4 points for them.
Take care of it.
With the steal. Good drive pass. Stockton, lay it up, and there's the block. I believe that was Stefanovic. Marshall had the lane and was driving.
There's a guy 25 feet behind
Stefanovic with a great block to knock it away.
You know, Jim, one thing I've noticed in this ball game, every time the Irish take the ball to hoop, Newton sort of leaks out and hangs around mid-court looking to get the fast break. He's done it a couple of times so far. He was out there on that little exchange. So I don't know if that is a strategy or it's just something that he's devising here.
You gotta run the old thing.
Substitutions for the Irish and for the Marauders. Gus Marshall checks
No,
out
no, I
the
have no
Notre
lane.
Dame.
I want to run the old basic.
Pat O'Leary in.
Run it. That's it, Billy. Come on, Billy. Look in. Look both ways. Here he comes up.
Into
Move
the
it.
game
Look
for
in.
Hay and Myer.
Harry. Harry.
Sit down
Don't
for the
force it.
Marauders.
Take it easy.
8-8, 2:38 remaining in the first quarter. Notre Dame, Hay and Myer.
The game continues to be a fast-paced, excellent game. Only one foul on each team. Just the kind of a basketball game we thought we'd have here.
Go. Where's the guard? Go,
Shot
Patty,
just
middle.
misses. The Irish pull down the
Look at
rebound,
him,
bring it
y'all.
back down the
Move
other
the
way.
ball.
Policella inside, drives on Stefanovic, count the basket and the foul.
It was wide open. You gotta look at it.
Vince Policella found a lane and drove on Stefanovic. Chance for a three-point play.
You gotta set everything up by running open. We don't. That's what happened. You guys are probably not even looking.
Hustle. Come, Scott. Play him. Go middle.
Policella 10-8 Notre Dame leads, their first lead of the game.
Get on the
There's a nice drive by Stefanovic. He banks one in to tie things back up at 10. These two teams continue to just push back and forth.
Heads up.
Now you got an advantage here.
Stockton up the floor for Myer. Irish lead at 12-10.
You know, what we want to do is feed off that, or else make a move if we get him up in the air. But if not,
Davis drives top of the key, shot off the front.
Go, Patty. Middle. Keep your head up.
Into the hands of Harry Pratt. Harry brings that up the floor for Notre Dame.
Run it. Weak side. Swing. Hold it.
Start,
Hold it. Look
side.
in.
Get around, Billy.
Look. Ball, Harry.
Just
ball.
as we saw earlier in the season, Irish are getting excellent play from Presti, O'Leary, and Plass, and that makes a big difference when you can play 8 players all the time.
Go through.
Inside pass to O'Leary.
Ball, Vinny.
Can't
Ball,
get
Vinny.
open, kicks it back out to Netreska. Netreska drives past Newton.
Excellent screen set there by Emilio Presti.
Patty,
Good
one
read
shot,
by
next
Mark
time.
Ventresca.
Opportunity to drive on Newton and did.
Play him. No middle. Weak side, Vinny.
The Irish lead to 4.
Play him. On him, Mark. Play him. Play him. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Keep it here. Let's get it inside. Keep it here. Keep it here.
Stockton along the baseline. That's a nice shot off
One shot, Pat.
and
One.
Dave. Stockton counts for 2. 14-12. Notre Dame leads.
Toss.
15 seconds remaining.
Wait, may as well wait on
time
that.
for one more shot.
Look to go. Come on. Trip.
This is a part that the Irish have been working on all year. They tend to make some turnovers in this situation or not get the good shots.
5. Go.
Billy, don't let him have it.
Excellent job by Emilio Presti. Controlled the clock, made the drive with 5 seconds to go. Irish take a 16-12 lead at the quarter. Excellent quarter there, Jim.
Great quarter of basketball played by both teams, and as we mentioned, a much anticipated matchup for at least for the two of us between this A&M Myer and Notre Dame clubs, and they haven't disappointed. Both teams coming just back and forth, back and forth. Okay, we missed. Let's go back again. The Irish looking to come away with a 16-12 lead. They didn't get the lead until late in the first quarter.
Because everybody knows you throw
The
the
other
ball
thing
in
that's
the
been so
rebound.
great
You
about
got to
this is
you got to
that,
block
Myer has
the
only
guardsman
committed
is coming
2
down
fouls.
on
Irish
you,
have only
rotating
committed
down
1.
on you.
Turnovers by
Block
both
out on
teams have been down, a couple by each team.
Defensively,
Excellent basketball, the kind of basketball we were anticipating.
Well, both
I don't know,
basketball that both these coaches like to play too. They like to control the ball, control the tempo of the game.
And I know the referees, Mark Thompson and Ralph Morrow, like this kind of a game too. They're letting them play the ball game. Both coaches are into the ball game. This is going to be one humdinger before it's over.
16-12 after 1 quarter of play. Possession arrow in favor of A&M Myer. They'll open up the second quarter of play with the ball. Stockton to inbound. We apologize for any audio problems you may be experiencing on your telephone, or check out your television. Had some microphone problems here. We hope to get those corrected at halftime. There's Darren Newton from inside, a shot off the front of the rim. Davis drives, kicks it out to Stefanovic, who drives along the baseline. Nice lay-in for Rich Stefanovic. A great pass by Davis to see Stefanovic in the corner. The Irish now right back on offense, just working the ball around. Leary's pass almost picked off. Upper drives. Count the basket and the foul on Stockton.
Irish are doing a great job here in driving, taking the ball to the hoop and taking it right at Myer and forcing Myer to either foul or do something great here to stop this penetration. And this team's got to get more scoring off Todd Upper. Getting good leadership, but he's not giving them scoring. They've got to have something besides Ventresca and Policello.
Upper converts the three-point play, gives the Irish a 5-point lead, but Myer right back at them.
Chris Kuhn hits again. Stefanovic making a great pass on the inside.
19-16 Notre Dame. O'Leary has a little trouble with his footing. Dishes to Marcio inside Policella. No room for him to work. He'll kick it back out. Policella in the middle. That's off the back of the rim. Gets another shot at it. They can't get it to fall this time. Kuhn brings down the rebound. Here's Stefanovic and Newton, 2-on-2. Pass picked off by Policella. Great defensive effort by Vince Policella, who missed on the other end of the floor. Came back in the defensive zone for the steal. O'Leary for 3.
We hear
the far side of the rim.
We hear Coach Nair will be a little upset with his team on some of the decisions they're making out there right now.
called for a travel on the end. Dave Scremin checking back into the game for the Marauders. Chris Keown onto the bench. Ryan Sills also back into the game. Dave Stockton will rest. Three-point Irish lead. Marcio in a bit of trouble.
So. Irish look a little bit tentative right now. They're not looking inside. Right now they've got O'Leary inside. It's not what they want.
Policella's three-point shot won't fall. Stefanovic knocked the rebound away. Myer quickly down the floor. Newton waiting for his teammates to get up. Newton drives on Policella. That's off the side of the glass. Foul on the play. A blocking foul, I believe, against Upper.
Good penetrate by Newton, Darren Newton, quite willing to take the ball to the hole. And anytime that you penetrate the ball, either by passing it, the fine job that Stefanovic was doing, or by dribbling, you're putting an awful lot of pressure on the defense.
Emilio Presti into the game for Todd Upper for the Irish. Andrew Johnson checks in to take Rich Stefanovic's place in the Myer lineup.
For Stefanovic, that's the first time he's sat down in this ball game. For the Irish, everybody's had a bit of a breather.
Darren Newton makes good from the line, pulls Myer to within one. They trail at 19-18. O'Leary well off the mark of that three-point shot. Newton with a rebound.
Myer looking to go up in this ball game.
Nice strong inside move by Dave Scremin. His shot won't fall. Marcio pulls down the rebound. Brings it up the floor, dishes to Moscato for two. The Irish restore that three-point lead. Ryan Sills drives on Gus Marcio. He gets called for the hold. Irish seem to be getting a little bit more clutch and grab here in the second quarter.
Once again, we see the officials, like we do in basketball and the NBA, NCAA, playing that get your hands off them calls.
Davis, top of the key. Davis converts. 21-20 Notre Dame.
Both teams getting scoring from an awful lot of different people, which is a sign of good ball clubs.
Moscato, nice inside feed to O'Leary. He banks it off the glass, 23-20 Notre Dame. Out of bounds, last touched by Myer, Irish ball.
Myer clearing out that time for Bill Davis, trying to get him to go one-on-one. He did, but he lost control of the baseline, or he lost control of the ball as he went to the baseline. Another turnover for Myer. It's 4 turnovers for Myer in this game, Jim, and 2 for the Irish. Still an excellent played ball game.
Each team with 3 fouls. 3:30 remains in the first half. Policella for 3, nothing but net. That increases the Irish lead to 6. Newton tries to work it down low. Scremin gets it again and went hard to the basket. Emilio Presti thought he'd drawn the charge. He gets called for the block.
Yeah, Presti was a little upset about that when he thought he had good position on the play. Referee Mark Thompson obviously didn't agree with him.
Bill Davis and Darren Newton will take a break for the Marauders. Back into the game is Dave Stockton, and seeing his first action this evening is Trevor Brown, number 45. The Irish now make changes. Harry Plass checks into the game for Jeff Moscato. Scremin good on 1 of 2. Cuts the Irish lead to 5. Policella down low. Presti kicked it back out to Harry Plass. His shot won't fall. Scremin with the rebound.
Plass, he had second thoughts of taking that shot. He decided to take it anyway, and it wasn't a very good shot.
Johnson dishes to Scremin down low. He comes up with the ball, then passes it out. Trevor Brown's first shot of the night goes off the back of the rim. Johnson with a rebound.
There's that clear out again.
Brown from down low. Johnson had the rebound, lost the handle. The Irish come up with a loose ball. Leading by 5, Policella tries to go up, and Dave Scremin sent him packing.
And there was a lot of contact there, but Coach Ralph Nero is suggesting that perhaps a foul should have been called in that play. None was coming.
Policella had a shot at the steal there, but stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Myer will have the ball, and not a very big crowd here this evening, but definitely not happy with that last call. Dave Scremin with a big block on Policella. Could have been called a foul. Johnson grabbed the loose ball on the floor and stood up with it, called for the travel. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Notre Dame leads it 26-21.
Irish doing an awful lot of standing around their offense right now. They're not getting very much movement. It's picking up now. Looks like they're quite content to get the last shot here and try and kill off this last minute, 20 seconds.
Policella in the lane. This time Scremin gets called for the foul, although it didn't look like there was much contact. Vince Policella went through pretty much uncontested.
Yeah, the other one, I think Jimmy looked more of a foul than this one did.
Just rolls it off this side of the rim. Buries the second, so Policella goes 1 for 2 at the line. It's back to a 6-point Irish lead, 27-21.
This is a key 2 points for the Myer Marauders in the early part of this ball game in the first half.
Ryan Sills, top of the key, it won't fall. Last touch by the Irish. Myer with another chance, 54 seconds left. Johnson tries to go up and over Harry Plass. Off the rim, and the Irish come away with it.
45 seconds. We'll see whether the Irish are going to go for one shot or whether they're going to play regular offense.
Policella was trying to look down low, get it to Harry Plass, who was well covered by Dave Scremin. Now Scremin out top of the key.
Irish looking to get one shot now. Harry's holding the ball. Presti is holding the ball with 20 seconds to go. Irish are just going for one.
Dave Stockton took a shot at the steal, couldn't get it. Scremin comes away with a rebound.
Not
10
particularly
seconds
good decision there.
Marauders will play for last shot. Stockton, long range 3. That's off the glass, off the rim, and no good. The end of the first half, Notre Dame leads A&M Myer 27-21, a 6-point lead for the Irish.
Kind of half that we thought it would be. For the Irish, again, Vinny Policella getting the majority of the points. He's got about 8 or 9 points. One surprise is Mark Ventresca doing an awful lot of bench time. We didn't see him very much, Jim. We'll try and find out at the half what the reason for that is. but he wasn't out there, and the Irish usually rely on him for scoring.
Myer doing a good job handling the ball so far tonight, as are the Irish. You mentioned it earlier and a few times during the first half, not a lot of turnovers in this game.
No, excellent. If Myer has a weakness, it is in their guard play. They got excellent guard play tonight. They got good balanced scoring from a lot of different people. This is a heck of a ball game.
Notre Dame leads A.N. Myer 27-21. We'll be back with the second half on the McLean Hunter High School Game of the Week.
Can you guess which one of these is extinct? That's right.
Second half just underway here on the McLean Hunter High School Game of the Week. Jim Gould along with Jack Chambers. Notre Dame leads A.N. Myer 27-21. The Marauders down on offense. Bill Davis's shot goes off the rim. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Tosses it back in, cuts the Irish lead to 4.
Quick review, Jim, in the first half, Scremmins only had 3 points, and that really slowed the Marauders down. Newton had 8, Stefanovic 4. Davis had 4 as well. For the Irish, Moscato had 4, Policella 8, and a whole bunch of players had deuces for the Irish.
Policella drives for the Irish. Darren Newton comes up with a loose ball, sends Stefanovic on his way. He pulls up at the three-point line, looks for some help. The Marauders in purple, the Irish in white. Darren Newton pulls up from the top of the key, just off to the side.
Newton continues to be the hot hand for the Marauders.
Managed to get our microphone difficulties corrected for the second half.
We see out there the young fellow that we were talking about in the junior game, Gus Marshall, the players. We said the Notre Dame juniors were missing their point guard. There he is, number 33. He would be the fellow that the juniors would normally have, but the coaches have felt that he's able to compete at the senior level, and he's certainly proven that to be true.
Had a great developmental last year. As Todd Upper goes up and is fouled by Scremin on his way to the basket. We mentioned Gus Marshall had a great developmental year last year, playing both midget and junior ball. Played a little bit of senior. He's ready to make the step up to senior ball this year.
Yeah, and he's making mistakes. We expect that he's going to be making mistakes, and we see that every once in a while, but each week we also see the improvements as well. That last foul, by the way, was on Scremmins. That's his third. That's a big foul in this ball game, coming at 6:06 of the third quarter.
Upper goes 2 for 2 from the line. Brings it back to a 6-point Notre Dame lead, 31-25. Stefanovic, baseline, 2-man on him, and he goes up and over both to get the basket.
Irish have been at 6 points a few times, but they haven't been able to break that and get it into the 7-point range.
O'Leary pulls up and shoots. That's off the mark. Scremin with a rebound. Stockton away for the Marauders. Newton in down low. Scremin dunks. First dunk of the high school season for us as Dave Scremin pounds it down. Cuts the Irish lead to a deuce.
Myer sitting back in a 2-3 zone right now. Irish are taking a look at it. They're going to have to make that adjustment.
Tried to get it inside to Upper, and Darren Newton picks off the pass. He and Stockton break out. Now the rest of their teammates join them. Stockton tries to take it alone, goes strong off the glass. Policella there for the rebound.
You know, and a zone's a good move for Myer right now, because Mark Ventresca hasn't been on the basketball court. He took a shot in the face in the second quarter. Early in the second quarter, his nose started bleeding, and they haven't been able to get it stopped. And of course, the rules don't permit any player who's bleeding to be on the court. And so Mark is desperately trying to get that stopped, so far with no success.
Vince Policella made a nice drive earlier. Just before we started speaking about Mark Ventresca, Darren Newton got called for a block. Policella hits on 1 of 2. It's now a 3-point Irish lead. That was Newton's first foul. He's got the ball now, working baseline. goes up and has the ball stripped, knocked away. It'll be Myer ball on the end.
Zone. Drop, Amelia, drop. Play him. Make it a three.
Newton for three. That's off the side of the rim. Todd Upper there for the rebound. Dishes off to Marcio, who'll bring it up the floor.
Read it. What are they in? Man, there's going. Wait. Pull it out. Pull it out and see.
In terms of a very early league standing, Jim, Myer is undefeated in the league. Notre Dame, as you mentioned earlier, had a disastrous loss against Wesleyan, a team that they should have been able to beat. They just came up very poorly in that game. And so this becomes a big game for the Irish if there is such a thing as a big game so early in the season.
Stefanovic diving for the loose ball, can't come up with it. Vince Policella picked it up for the Irish. They continue to work on offense. Now Policella for three. He buries that. 35-29 Notre Dame. Stockton, another three. That's off the side of the rim. Policella comes away with a rebound. Darren Newton works defensively, and a great job as Policella turns it over. Goes out of bounds off his foot. Myer ball.
Nobody came to help Policella there.
Good stop. Come on, don't get sucked in, Todd. That's too late now.
Davis drives the lane. He gets rejected by Moscato.
That's a good move. Swing it. Good work.
Silly foul by
Davis.
Davis.
Slap there. He shook his head and acknowledged the foul immediately. He knew it was his, and it wasn't a smart foul. Myer with 3 fouls here in the second half. The Irish yet to commit one.
See what they're in. Man. Harry, look for the ball here, Harry.
Davis is first.
Not there. There's nothing there, Emilio.
The only person that's in foul trouble in this ball game is the big guy, Scremmons. He's got 3, and if he gets that fourth one, and there it is.
There's the fourth one right there as he put a shoulder into Emilio Presti.
The guy's standing in the middle of the key. What happens if the guy runs into him?
I know. And Scremmons comes off the court.
Scorer's table letting Coach
bad,
Bob
David.
Cool know he's got 4 fouls.
Okay, read what they're in. Read it. Look in.
Chris Kuhn was already headed into the ball game.
Take your time. Run your own.
Dave Scremmel will pull up
Read
to the
it.
bench.
Run it. There you Oh, come on, Emilio. Look where you are. Don't be out that far. Be wider. Not.
Quite rapidly, when Scremmons goes off the court at 6'9", when he sits down, Myer becomes a very ordinary high school basketball team.
Now the Irish get called for a block. Harry Plass working on Darren Newton.
He wasn't set.
His first foul of the game.
Did he move? Oh, he didn't give him
Irish first foul of the second half. 2:49 remaining in the third quarter.
And Irish have 5 players, all with 1 foul each. And other than Scremmons, Myer has the same situation.
Newton with a nice move along the baseline to go up strong.
Reverse. Too bad.
35-31 Notre Dame. Myer with some defensive pressure. Irish break that. Policella. Not the most artistic move in the world, but it was effective as he gets the basket, increases the Irish lead back up to 6.
Policella's picking up an awful lot of slack that Irish have with Van Tresca not in the court.
Kuhn pulls up, throws up an air ball. Marcio pulls away with it. Quickly down the floor go the Irish.
Nice pass.
Upper gets fouled on his way up. Looks as though Ryan Sills will check that. Rich Stefanovic.
Mark, you want some ice or something? What are you need? Ice.
Irish at that 6-point edge again in this ball game. Another chance to go up by 7. This is about the 4th or 5th time they've had a chance to break the 6-point barrier.
That's Stefanovic's second foul.
Good shot. Hey, new man.
Ryan Sills back into the game for Myer. Dave Stockton will pull up some bench.
2:04 in the third quarter. Irish up by 7.
Upper hits both. It's now an 8-point lead, 39-31.
Who's got 25? Stay with him, Ben.
And now the pressure's on Myer. They're going to have to do a little bit of scoring here and get back in it.
Double it!
Newton loses the handle as he drives it into the key.
Go!
Upper picks up the loose ball off the floor.
Give out, Vinny. You swing it now. Move it.
The Irish move away. They go down low. Moscato, he kicks it back out.
Panic. Here, get
Presti.
in here. Look in, not now.
Policella thought about the
You got
three.
him feel. See it inside, Billy Davis.
Irish are trying to get the ball inside.
Nice save by Policella. Upper picks up the pass.
Set it up. Let's go.
Irish making a bit of a botch of this right
Vinny,
now, running their offense. They seem to be a little bit
Ball.
confused.
Take your time. Good cut. It's okay. Take your time.
Now they're back to running a straight flex.
Sorry, let it go. Let it go.
Pass deflected away out of bounds by Kuhn.
No, not yet. Go regular. Run it. Move it. Set it up.
We're at the 1 minute mark to go in the third quarter.
There he is. Weak side. See weak side, Ryan. See the ball. See the ball, Rich. See the ball, Rich. No, you got nothing weak side.
Irish keep looking into Moscato. They don't seem to be too much of a hurry to do anything here at 45 seconds.
Policella for three. That's off the rim. Rebound by Upper.
Great rebound by Upper, keeping the ball in the Irish possession.
Now the Irish will probably play for last shot.
Get out here.
Marauder defense trying to put a little more pressure on the Irish to move the ball around.
Stay down, play. Come on. Stay down. Get out here quicker. A lot of time. Look for a ball for Vinny. Not yet.
I'm sure they would like to have the ball in the hands of
Well, let's go.
Policella
Get
with
up
about
here,
5 seconds to go. Last
Here,
time
get up here.
Presti
Ball,
did such a great
ball.
job of it. There's Policella at 6.
Top of the key, Policella, that's off the rim, no good. Rebound by Newton, quickly out to Stefanovic. No time left on the clock as he throws up a prayer at the basket. The Irish can't convert on the last shot of the game. Myer really didn't have a chance at a basket, only getting the ball with about a second left. But through 3 quarters of play now, Notre Dame continues to control the offense, 39-31, an 8-point lead.
We have to watch for.
And if there was a bit of a problem for Myer in that half,
they're
that
looking to lob
allowed
it
Notre
into-
Dame to
so if
open
you're
up
on
the
weak
lead.
side,
2 things.
make sure you see the ball.
Scrimmons with his
If
4th
your man
foul
goes
now,
outside,
that could
make sure you
really
see the
end
ball
up
to lob
hurting
it into
Myer.
and go after the ball.
And Myer also committed 5 turnovers in that quarter alone. They only committed 4 in the whole first half. That causes a bit of a problem for them too.
Pump it up right now. Pump up.
For the Irish, they
He can
continue
get
to
a trap
miss
on that
Mark
ball when it comes
Ventresca
in.
so far in this game. He
On
scored
Abel.
an early 2 points in
then-
the first quarter,
Kind of
ran
going
into a
up
little
between
bit
the
of
guy
a
in the middle
problem
and
with
the
a
guy
bloody
underneath.
nose and hasn't been back on the court since. I see no indication he's
Defense.
coming back
Ready?
to start the fourth quarter. Normally Ventresca is a 20-point producer in this ball game, so he definitely hurts him.
Mark Ventresca is still on the end of the bench.
But the interesting thing for the Irish, including Ventresca's 2 points, the Irish have had 8 people score in this basketball game.
They've only got 9 players on their roster, so you know that's a balanced attack when you can get scoring from 8 of 9. I believe the 9th player, being Mike Sauve, hasn't yet seen the court here in this game. So everyone that's played has scored.
That foul is on Moscato. That's his 2nd.
Davis, nice drive and an easy lay-in for Bill Davis. Now the Marauders pressure. Notre Dame breaks that pressure fairly easily. Gus Marchio now resets the offense. Policella drives on Stefanovic. Had the lay-in from the basket. Upper there with a rebound. He can't get his shot to fall. Chris Kuhn will pull it away from Myer. Quickly up the floor to Darren Newton. Sills outside for Stefanovic. That's off the side of the rim. Rebound Kuhn. Davis, top of the key.
Davis with the hot hand to start the fourth quarter. Myer's going to need that.
Couple of quick baskets for Bill Davis. Cuts the Irish lead to 4, 39-35.
Twice the Irish have had Myer a little bit on the ropes, and they haven't been able to tighten it.
Moscato inside, won't go, he gets the rebound. Outside to Policella for three, off the rim, Kuhn pulls away with a rebound.
And Policella's coming down with the cold hand now. He's missed his last 4
down
shots.
Down to Stefanovic, off the glass. Upper was there defensively, but couldn't stop Stefanovic as he banked it in. Now the Marauders create a turnover. Ryan Sills came up with a loose ball, got fouled. 39-37 Notre Dame.
Coach Nero wants a timeout. Myer's got a little bit of a run going. They've put together, what about 6 straight points here, Jim?
6 straight points for the Marauders has cut the lead to 2.
There's a guy here, and you're here.
Yeah, you can sort of see a momentum shift here, and this is what we were talking about, is how the Irish might miss Ventresca in this ball game. He means an awful lot to them, and they've been relying strictly on Policella to do big-time scoring. He had 16 through 3 quarters. He's come up cold in the 4th quarter, and so far nobody is picking up the slack for him.
They also missed Ventresca in the offensive end because
just play him tough. If he goes down the sideline, don't worry about it.
Trying to control the offense, keep the Marauders.
If you're up high and you want to screen for one of these guys, you can do it. Okay, just hold him up. Let's go.
The Irish are having a little bit of trouble getting the ball to the inside man, the open man on the inside. They're a little slow on doing it, a little hesitant, and that's hurting him at this point in the ball game.
Irish have Policella, Moscato, Upper, O'Leary, and Marcio on the floor. The Marauders, Sills, Davis, Stefanovic, Kuhn, and Newton.
O'Leary, the second guard on the court, playing the position that Ventresca would normally play.
Stefanovic pump fake for 3, takes it inside the line and gets the basket to tie the game for the Marauders. Full court pressure by Myer. Notre Dame with a quick break of that.
Irish found Moscato very early in the ball game and got a couple of quick, easy fouls on Scremmons, which really helped in that effort. But since then, they haven't been getting the ball inside.
Policella drives. Looked as though he lost the handle on the ball, but officials signaling the foul on Rich Stefanovic. Policella with a trip to the line, the 6th Marauder foul of the second half.
And with the score tied 5:02 to go in this basketball game, Ventresca comes on the court for the first time since the 1st quarter.
Irish now in the bonus. Policella from the key, in and out. Stefanovic pulls down the rebound. Marauders quickly down the floor.
That's 6 straight missed shots by Policella.
Stefanovic off the glass, a nice baseline drive. That gives the Marauders their first lead in a long time, 41-39.
Too bad. Vince, get in the middle. Run it. Baseline.
Stolen by Davis. He'll go in alone. Off the window for 2. What was once an 8-point Irish lead is now a 4-point deficit. They trail Myer 43-39.
And we've got 8-point performances by both Stefanovic and Davis to lead Myer in this last real surge that they've had in this ball game.
Get open! Here he is, give it to him.
Myer's on a 10-point run in this ball game. Moved from 7 down.
We don't want.
Policella grabs the rebound.
Okay.
Inside the key. That'll pull Notre Dame back to within 2. A big basket for the Irish. They hadn't scored in a while. Nice pass baseline for Newton. He finds Kuhn in the key. Jump ball signaled by the official.
That time the Myer bench thinks the foul should have been called rather than the jump ball, so that evens it up, I suppose. Both benches have been a little upset at calls so far in this ball game.
Jump ball on the arrow in favor of Notre Dame.
Run it.
3:30 remaining in the game. It's a 2-point Myer lead.
Move it. Patty Steve. Get up. Run it. Come on. Get him. Go, Vin. Look to go. Press in, Jeff. There he is, look. Rich, Rich.
Policella inside. It's a friendly Irish roll and ties things up at 43. 3 minutes left to play. Stefanovic tries to go inside. Block call on Moscato.
For Moscato, that's his third. Stefanovic has 3 fouls.
It's a wide open zone all over North America.
For the Irish, that's only their 3rd foul. That can be both a blessing and a curse in a ball game of this type at the end.
Deny that. Come on, Amelia, we're in 4.
Kuhn down low for Stefanovic. Nice move as he posts up Moscato.
Right back there, right back.
Myer back into the lead. Ventreska's going to go it alone. Drives on Newton. Newton called for the block. It looked as though Ventreska may dish it off and then decided to take it up and take the foul.
Well, I think he was looking. He looked right at Newton. I think he was expecting the hit to come. Took it up there, and sure enough, it came. And Newton did a good job. He made darn sure that Ventreska didn't get the shot off.
Mark Ventreska a little cold, having spent most of this game on the bench, as you mentioned, Jack, with that persistent nosebleed. Neither shot falls for Ventreska. The Marauders break out down the floor.
Chance to go 4 up with 2:30 to go in the ball game.
Davis inside. Stefanovic continues to be open down on the baseline.
Back up now, let Billy take him. Keep your head up.
Myer by 4.
12 big second half points for Stefanovic.
Run it.
Davis almost stripped Ventreska from behind. Here's Policella, drives on Stefanovic, no good. Kuhn with a rebound. Policella steals it away and banks it off the glass.
4.
Big play by Vince Policella brings the Irish to within 2.
4. Good mark. 4. Time out, Brian. Time out.
We're now at the point in the ball game where every possession makes a big difference.
Again, they went to Stefanovic baseline. A timeout called by Myer. 1:51 remains in the game. The Marauders up by a basket.
And Myer went up at with fourth at the 4:37 mark. They went up 41-39. It's now 47-45. So this is finishing off the same way it started, Jim. Just end-to-end team scoring.
There's too much time left to really do it.
Rich Stefanovic has just had such a great second half. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points in the second half, backed up by a strong
Jeff playing that loose defense, running after people. That guy got 3 layups.
That's 20 points between those 2 basketball players.
You can't float and leave your man. You've got to help.
Stefanovic working baseline down in behind Jeff Moscato. Continues to be open down there. Mentioned Marauders now lead it by 2 at 1 point, trailing 39-31. A 12-0 run for Myer put them back into the lead where they continue to stay.
Let's run the clock down.
Have they got enough gas to hang on to the lead, especially with Dave Scremin on the bench? Or does he play the 51?
Well, Scremin's got one more foul coming. There's going to come a point in time here, but right now I don't think Coach Cool would want to put him in because Myer is on such a nice team chemistry run here. And they've got a good thing going. I think they'll stick with it. And if they don't need scrummage, they won't use them. There may come a time in this ball game with in the next minute where they're going to need the big rebound.
Dad, 4, Mark. 4. Play him. Tough for the ball, Ryan. Be tough with it. Get in the pass lane here.
I'm sure Myer's going to be looking for a shot that they can handle, but right away they turn the ball over. That's not what they were looking to do.
Davis put the ball into the hands of Emilio Presti. The Irish down the floor. Policella with a nice move in the lane. That'll tie things up at 47.
Policella is incredible the way he gets off these awkward-looking shots, and somehow they end up going through the iron. It's absolutely amazing at times.
They try to get it in down low to Newton. Policella breaks up that pass. Ventreska leads the charge down the floor. Marcio converts on the lay-in. The Irish back into the lead, 49-47. The last minute of the game upcoming.
2 quick turnovers on the part of Myer. I'm sure that's not what Coach Cool had in mind when he made that timeout.
Watch. Harry, weak side.
Now the pressure goes back on Myer. They have to score, and there it is.
Sills finds Stefanovic.
Match up.
We expected a good ball game, Jim. we've been looking forward to this. Here it is with 35 seconds to go, a tie ball game. I guess you can't get much closer than this.
Both teams have played punch, counter punch all game long, and it looks like the last shot's going to win it. The Irish are going to try and play for that last shot.
And the turnovers have been
tied at 49, and here's Rich Stefanovic. Can't get the lay-in to go. Presti draws the foul. 21 seconds remain. Coach Ralph Nero now sends in Pat O'Leary and Jeff Moscato. Harry Plass and Emilio Presti check out.
That combination of Davis and Stefanovic has been really tough on the guards, Notre Dame guards, especially O'Leary and Presti have had trouble handling that more experienced speed. Myer up by 1.
Stefanovic hits on 1 of 2. The Irish with a chance to win it on the last shot. Myer playing tight D, stolen by Sills. That should be the ball game. Sills lays it in. It's a 3-point lead. 6 seconds left. Paulicello with a chance to tie. Off the rim, no good. Stefanovic brings down the rebound. What a great ball game. You kind of hate for either team to lose this type of ball game, but the Marauders come up with enough in the fourth quarter to pull out a 3-point win, 52-49 over the Fighting Irish at Notre Dame.
For the Irish, that's their second loss in league play. That might come back to haunt them as the year goes on. You know, we said in the tip-off tournament when the Irish beat Myer by 4 or 5 points that we thought if they played 5 games that one team would win 3, the other team would win 2 of them. I still think that's probably going to be true, and these teams have got to play at least 1 more time, probably 2 more times, and then who knows what happens after that.
Big history in high school basketball in these parts between the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and the A.N. Myer Marauders, 2 teams that constantly seem to be meeting up with each other. Co-head coach Bob Cool of the Marauders wins this one 52-49, and I'm sure Ralph Nero can't wait for his next shot at the Marauders.
Yeah, and there's no question about it that having Van Treska sit out 3/4 of this ball game didn't hurt him. That's a ball player that they usually expect 20 points from. They didn't get it, and you know, that's the way it goes in some games.
52-49, the A.N. Myer Marauders knock off the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame here on the McLean Hunter High School